Welcome to Spook Squad, the podcast that watches horror films that go flop in the night. I'm Jared.
I'm Hannah.
Get spooked, it's Nathan.
This whole fucking thing is getting cut. You know that, right?
No, why would it get cut?
No, it's getting cut.
Really?
Yeah. Just like a bunch of bitches in this fucking movie. Let's get to it.
Okay.
All right. We watched this week Benny Loves You. It is rated 5.6 out of 10 on IMDb, and we watched it on Amazon Prime. A lot of the stuff we are watching has been on Amazon Prime. We talk about it all the time, but we just can't get away from it.
Just fucking sign up already.
There's so many good things that look great on Amazon Prime.
Yeah.
And a lot of disappointments.
Yes.
Definitely a lot of disappointments. Yes, you are correct.
Last Thanksgiving.
Yeah, that movie was atrocious.
It was the last turds giving.
Well, I mean, not ours because we had Better Watch Out.
That's oh god.
All right, so I could not find a budget or anything about this movie. The one thing that I did see is that this movie came out in 2019, but it was made in 2014.
What?
That explains a reference. Okay.
So there was a long time between actually making the movie and releasing the movie because the guy who directed it was doing everything. He did the editing, he did the special effects,
He did the
music.
Yeah.
He did everything. So there was a really long time between actually shooting it and releasing it. Hannah, why don't you go ahead and give us a synopsis?
All right. Jack, a man desperate to improve his life, throws away his beloved childhood plush, Benny. It's a move that has disastrous consequences when Benny springs to life with deadly intentions.
That's such a good synopsis.
I love it.
Overall,
Mm-hmm.
I think that there's just way too many things that would be considered one good thing.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
But I want to go ahead and say that Benny's little ta-da is probably my favorite thing of the whole movie.
Because the recurring ta-da is great.
Like almost any time he kills anybody and he's like, hey, look what I did. It's like, ta-da.
When Jack brings it back and he's like, ta-da.
That's very good.
Is that your one good thing?
That's my one good thing, yeah.
Okay, so my one good thing is after Jack somehow gets Dawn to stick around and they're cleaning up like guts and eyeballs off the floor. I don't know why she stayed through that.
I don't know.
They have those like rubber cleaning gloves on and her hands are covered in blood and she just looks at him and Simba's him.
But the fucking look on his face of horror and disgust is honestly, that's like, and I will say there was a lot of good acting in this movie. That was the best fucking moment.
I don't think that was acting. I think that was improv. I don't think she was supposed to. I don't think she was supposed to wipe that blood on his face and he just freaked out. Also, another reason why it's my one good thing is because I used to do that move to my best friends all the time, but my hands were clean.
You would wipe blood on their faces?
No, I would just like run my hand over like forehead to chin, just run my hand over their faces.
Like fucking face off?
Yeah. I used to just do this all the time.
You just face off to people?
You know what?
That's so
I'm gonna
good.
get Tiffany to listen to this episode because I've done it to her for 25 years.
Good.
And she's gonna know. But I'm just disappointed that I never did it with blood on my hands.
Well, I
Well,
mean,
there's-
you're not dead yet.
Yeah, there's
Nope.
time. Okay, so my one good thing is that, okay, I'm going to explain it as the evolution of AIDS. Because it starts with the introduction. They're showing Jack, and it's like he's a shitty toy designer, and he like shows this toy that's a robot that dances, and it's called AIDS, which stands for Artificial Intelligence Dance System or something.
It's like disco.
Yeah. So there's that, and it is super funny when it first comes up. But then they actually build the robot for him when he gets fired. Fucking shitty ass Richard, aka Richard, builds this fucking robot for him, and he's carrying it out in this box and it's dancing, and that's also funny. But then later on in the movie, they put a fucking like saw blade, like a tiny saw blade on his arm, and then they refer to him as Blades, which is super funny. It was funny because it was in the movie, not because you made that joke right before.
Yeah, right before they actually brought it. Yeah.
But that was super funny. So then he becomes Blades, and then he gets stabbed in the back by Benny, and he becomes Blade. Or he becomes Disco AIDS again. Well,
Yeah,
but now I guess he's Disco Blades.
Disco Blade?
Disco Blades.
Yeah.
Oh no.
Which, I mean, kind of bringing up the deaths. Let's go ahead and get to the kill breakdown. How many total deaths do we have?
Okay, well I forgot that one, so now I'm gonna have to add it.
Okay, we'll add the 1. So it's +1. Doing the math.
So I guess 21, 22 deaths?
Well, was there 20 or 21 beforehand?
I have no idea.
No clue.
No
All right,
clue.
yeah.
There's definitely a scene where we don't know, but I'll get to that. Okay, here's the kill breakdown. Kill breakdown. So number 1, did you guys like the jingle I added?
No, I fucking hated it.
Get spooked. All right, number 1 is Ashley gets the Todd treatment.
What did it say up on the wall after?
It was a oh god.
Oh, pretty bitch.
Pretty bitch. Yeah.
And she was like
Ashley pretty
9.
bitch. Yeah. Cuz she was a shitty kid though.
She was a shitty kid, very entitled, very snooty.
Is it legal to smack your child?
Yeah.
The mom Googles that.
Hold on, we're in kill breakdown. That's a great ridiculous moment. All right. Number 2 is Jack's dad. Okay, this sequence is amazing. Okay, so Jack's dad trips on a toy car and then he falls down, hits his head against the wall, and it rustles loose this I guess little statue.
It's like a little, yeah.
It's a little statue that he has put on a shelf that he just put up, and the statue falls down. It's completely smashing his head. And then, which leads into number 3, which is Jack's mom trips on Jack's dad's dead body and falls face first into these like hors d'oeuvres that have a toothpick sticking in them, and they all stick in her face. Fucking brilliant. And she dies. That's fucking brilliant. That made me laugh so much.
Well,
I mean, just like my mom, she died on the birthday.
Oh.
Wait, wasn't it her birthday?
No, it was 2 days after my birthday.
Oh, okay. Well, happy birthday.
Yeah, happy birthday.
But-
Dead mom. All right, so the funniest thing about this whole birthday scene is that they keep saying it's Jack's 40th birthday. But
Yeah.
he's like, I'm 35.
Yeah.
No, I don't know. I think the funniest thing is whenever he's like, "Mom, say something," and she falls back and is
sits
like,
up and she breathes. I was literally crying. All right, number 4 is David gets head cut off. There's a lot more that happens to David though. Like Benny literally like tortures him, cuts off his fingers, disembowels him, and then like cuts his head off. But really, I guess like cutting his head off is the thing that killed him.
Yeah.
I would assume.
It probably wasn't fingering the toaster.
Fingering the toaster. It's very funny. Okay, number 5 is Benny kills a cat with some sort of garden machinery. They don't show what it is. I think we're supposed to assume that it's the lawnmower. But then he holds the cat up in front of him. But he's definitely like doing something to the cat, and there's like a whirring sound like machinery.
"No, he held up a paw. It was just one bloody paw."
Oh, okay. And then let's see. Number 6 is Benny kills the realtor with his own yard sign and throws hot tea on him. he stabs him with the yard sign and then takes time to make tea and then throws it in his face, and the guy, I guess, just fucking dies. He's like, you know what? Fuck this. I'm out.
And then on the yard sign where it says it's a for sale sign, it says not
sold.
for sale.
Yeah, not for sale. Yeah, and then number 7 is Benny goes axe throwing with Precious.
So tell everybody who Precious is.
Precious is Ron's dog. Ron is
The boss. Yeah. Jack's boss.
Yeah, he's Jack's boss. And oh man, I miss Jack in here too. Or I miss Ron in here too. Oh, damn it. What was I even doing in this episode?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Thinking about how many times you can say "get spooked" on the episode.
Get spooked, right? So Benny throws an axe, catches the dog, and then impales him upon a wall, which would lead us into Ron, who Benny he stabs him in the neck with the
Yeah, but you're skipping over a lot of shit.
he hits him in the head, kidnaps him, drives him in the car back to Jack's house, ties him up in a chair with, I guess, his pants down. I
don't think so.
No, he just had khakis on.
Okay, they were just nude, colored pants, and but then he stabs him in the neck with the gardening fork that he went meh at, or like literally the scene before, which was super funny.
It was a good thing. Yeah.
But yeah, he stabs him in the neck with that thing, and then we're at number 9. So Benny then murders 10 to 12 office workers. We kind of lost count. There was a lot of people, and we didn't want to pause it.
They were in the break room.
Yeah. And he just straight up slaughters them because Jack, Richard, and Dawn basically lock them all in the break room with Benny.
Yeah.
And so, which would bring us to number 10, which would be Richard gets his gut sucked out by a vacuum by Roscoe, which is his robot toy.
After it sings Purple Rain.
It just says Purple Rain, Purple Rain, which was very funny.
Richard loves Prince.
Yeah, because
he does.
He talked about going to a Prince concert.
Yeah,
so.
Which I want to get to that. And then number 11 would be Dawn stabs Amy's head off. Amy is a doll. And then 11, Babes died in the attic. Just, I guess, of starvation or dehydration.
I don't know.
She was just up there.
Out of fright, maybe.
The fuck is she going to eat? Spiders? She was too scared to go back down because
Spiders,
of Benny.
Roaches.
Yeah.
Lizards, geckos.
So that ends the kill breakdown. So that's like, I don't know, 75
it's quite
kills.
A bit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, this is at the top. This is one of the most kills that we've had in a movie.
One of them. I feel like we've had others that
Lamageddon definitely had more.
Yeah.
That was like 50.
Yeah. It was something ridiculous. But yeah, I mean, it's watching horror films, it's fun to get a lot of deaths, especially whenever they're ridiculous ones like these were.
Yeah.
Because I don't think there was one single, like, just normal death.
No, every death was different, which is very, like, Friday the 13th homage.
Yeah.
Every death was different.
So we're still not sure that Benny is alive or not.
Not sure if he's alive or
but
not.
we
That's
can't
why I didn't put it
confirm
down.
that he's not dead.
Yes. We can confirm that Roscoe is not dead.
Yeah.
Todd's not dead.
Todd's not dead.
Is that the parody for God's Not Dead?
God's not dead.
Todd's not dead?
I mean, I'll go with it, sure.
Can I say that the trailer you sent me for this movie had a trailer before it that was an ad on YouTube that was for Heaven is Real or Heaven is for Real or whatever that movie is.
That is hilarious.
And it made me laugh so hard that because it was like, wait 5 or 10 seconds for this trailer, and I was like, what the fuck is this? And I waited through the whole thing because I just like watched the whole fucking thing and could not stop laughing. And I was like, all right, cool, I'm ready for Benny Loves You.
That's funny. The trailer for this is amazing.
Absolutely incredible.
Like, it got us so excited to watch this movie.
Yo, yeah.
Yeah.
Like, almost to the degree that Better Watch Out got us excited to watch it, but Better Watch Out definitely disappointed us.
Yeah, I was going to say that could have been a red flag, but
it could have been, because we have been burned before.
Yes.
But we even talked about it before we turned the movie on, that we were hoping that the movie wasn't going to disappoint because the trailer was so good. It did not disappoint.
No, definitely did not disappoint. So ridiculous moments?
Yeah, I was just about to get into that.
All right, well, you had a long pause.
You impatient ass.
I'm impatient as you also had a long pause. That cat that Benny ran over with the lawnmower.
That whole scene was ridiculous. I loved it.
It was so good because he's. It's because Jack is like, they've kind of come to terms, and they're like, okay, we're gonna exist this way where like you're alive and I just kind of accept you and I just kind of keep you from killing people, and that's totally fine. And he's like, oh, I'm gonna put because he had buried David in the backyard, and he's putting like fertilizer and seed on the mound where he's buried, and then you just see like a cat and Benny run off and like snatch the cat.
Like for no reason.
For no reason, unprovoked.
Yeah.
No, it was provoked because he was coming around the tree and Benny was like, oh, who are you? Aren't you cute? And then that's when Benny grabbed him.
Oh, yeah.
Or no, Jack. I said
Jack
Benny.
said that, yeah.
Jack said that. And so Benny got jealous and killed him.
Oh, okay, yeah.
And then this was after he had moaned.
He moaned it.
Yeah.
He moaned it.
This is after he mowed over the zinnias because
Yeah.
Jack was putting too much attention to him.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You know what? I didn't realize that.
Huh?
That is very clever of them in this movie, because that is a theme, is that whenever Benny feels like Jack either loves somebody or he feels threatened by somebody, Benny goes and murders them.
Yeah.
Because the whole thing was like, Benny will keep you safe from the demons in the hallway or whatever. Which also
was only brought up once.
It was brought up once, and that was a real fucking ass demon.
Yeah.
Like, what was that?
It was a fucking real ass demon is what it was.
It was in the hallway.
It was in the hallway.
That's where demons live.
Demons live in hallways.
And in spirit boxes.
In spirit boxes.
For all the Zach Bagan fans out there.
Hallway demon.
All right, one of the things that we get like early on in the movie is the self-help tape.
Yes.
Yes.
And it's so good.
It's like,
and it's like,
you're a
if
loser.
you bought this tape, you're a loser.
It's so good.
And it's like, that's not helping anybody.
No, but it's also like when the cop was over there and he's like, well, it could be somebody that broke in and killed all your teddies. Like, a friend, a girlfriend, ex-wife. And he's like, no, I'm a
Family?
loner. And
Yeah.
he's like, a
Loser.
loser.
Loser. No, I said loner.
He's like, oh,
Right.
well, yeah, right,
It's
okay.
like, oh, right. And then he does not change it.
He doesn't.
Can we talk about how the British police showed up and they were like, well, we can't call for armed forces, but I got this. And it's not a pellet gun. What is it? An airsoft gun?
Yeah, the airsoft guns.
And then they shoot Jack at the end, and then they had to call an ambulance because there's a man down. And he's just laying there next to
that's
Benny that's
so
been
good.
shot like 30 times, and he just has white little puffballs all over it.
Yeah.
That's very
Because
good.
his stuffing is coming out. And they have to pull Dawn away like he's dying. But Dawn had her Achilles cut open by Amy. They don't call
like
an ambulance.
Pet Cemetery style.
Yeah, they don't call an ambulance for her, but they call an ambulance for somebody that was shot by an airsoft gun. I've been shot by that. That ain't shit.
Same. I dealt with it. I shot a friend of mine in the nose with it once from like 20 feet away, and it like right in the nostril, and it like split open, and he like went home.
Yeah, I can imagine.
We were adults. We were in our 20s. He got mad and went home. Okay, can we real quick talk about how great it was that Benny had limited vocalizations? Like he had limited things that he could say.
Yes.
And
This is something that I was going to bring up next, actually.
Yeah, because there's Okie Dokie,
Mm-hmm.
Cuddle Me,
Cuddle Me. Is
Benny Loves You.
Benny Loves You. And
More,
oh, wow.
more,
Oh wow!
more.
More, and we.
Which every time he weed, I was like, oh, that sounds like me.
It's so funny. Well, sometimes I go we too.
We all we.
We all go we.
I also love that he couldn't spell and he had to put Birdie Ditch
Yes.
on the door.
Birdie
Yeah.
Ditch on the door was super funny, and they showed it 4 times.
They did.
That definitely made me laugh.
I mean, it was a good joke.
It was
For
definitely
like, you got to put it in there 4 times.
yeah. Because what's so great is that leading up to this, he had perfect spelling. Because there was get out babes, and there was like a handful of there's like maybe 2 or 3 times before that he wrote something
Yeah.
like on the wall, and that was super funny.
Well, he wrote Benny Loves You in a heart after he
Yes.
killed Dave.
He did.
Oh, and then because when the cops were coming, okay, let's talk about this real fast. When the cops were coming back in after Dave died, and they're like, "Oh, your realtor was like murdered or whatever," and then Jack had to like clean up the house real fast,
Like real fast.
like super fast,
Like
and then
5 minutes.
and then he had that painting. And I made the joke that that was because Ashley was the little girl that was murdered first, and I'm in her closet, and I made the joke that that painting looked like, when we first saw it, I said that painting looks like it was the wall on the inside of Ashley's closet. And then he takes it and he puts it up on the wall where there's blood smeared on it, and then he just smears the blood around it to make it seem like it's a piece of like a part of the artwork.
Yeah.
That was super funny to me.
Jack is very good at hiding things.
Oh.
He hides the body. He hides the Benny loves you behind the painting.
Hides his emotions.
He hides the dishes in the washing machine.
He did throw dishes and the dead dog.
And the dead dog. Like, his hiding spot is definitely the washing machine.
I mean, he hid Dave's head in the biscuit
Yes.
cabinet.
Oh, and his fingers back in the toaster.
He
Yes.
did throw the fingers back in the toaster, which was super funny.
You know what, though? Honestly, I thought he had put the toaster lever down again, and I was like, I swear if they pop up in the
They're
middle
gonna
of this,
pop
I'm
up,
going to
yeah.
lose my mind.
I really thought they were going to pop up.
Yep.
That was so good. This movie's so funny.
It's very good. It was very surprising.
Yes.
Because I thought it was going to be good. I didn't know it was going to be funny as
Yeah.
much as it was.
Yeah, I thought it was going to be like funny for us.
Yeah,
I didn't think it was going to be so comedy driven.
right. And it's
which
very
was
comedy
a
driven.
great surprise.
Yes, I completely agree.
Hey, remember when Benny is just running through the streets and there's all those nude mannequins and he and he steals that balaclava?
He steals the balaclava and then goes into another shop and then like BDSMs himself. Benny DSMs himself.
Yeah, because
Sure.
he had like the scythes. Is that what
Size.
Size. That's
Yes,
what they're
yeah,
called.
like-
and then like a miniature
A miniature katana.
katana.
Like he basically dressed up like a badass Ninja Turtle, but with like,
Yeah.
black headband, but he just put it across his nose.
Yeah,
He did.
'cause
Also,
that's what you do.
He didn't want to smell the death.
Benny looks like a messed up teddy bear, a bunny rabbit, and Elmo somehow all had a love child.
Yeah.
Yes. They keep referring to him as a teddy bear, but he's obviously some sort of like bunny rabbit dog.
What? I didn't. Okay.
I mean, is Elmo a dog?
Yeah.
No, Elmo's not a dog.
No,
No.
that's canon on Sesame Street. He poops in the yard and he has to pick it up.
I was trying to keep it cool, but then I looked at you.
That's insane.
Oh, yeah, Elmo poops in the yard.
All right, there is definitely a moment where Benny calls Jack at the office just to tell him he loves him.
What?
No, I missed that.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
I
I must
did
have been writing
too.
down a death or something.
I was probably telling you about a death.
Wait.
Like, he is very clingy.
Yeah, he's super clingy. But
Benny, that is.
okay, speaking of like moments that I missed that I wished I hadn't because I was busy typing out a death, it was like a monkey. You guys said there was a monkey that said milk lemonade round the corner chocolates made. Which if I had seen that would have been my one good thing.
So
because that is one of my favorite fucking jokes of all time.
that's why we all looked at you and you were like, what?
Well, because we grew up saying milk lemonade round the corner fudge is made. Stick your finger in the hole. Now you have a Tootsie Roll.
See, but the funny thing is, though, is
The
that
look
you
of
were
disgust.
just completely out of it and didn't even hear it.
Yeah.
No.
And it's not something that you had to see on the screen. You
Yeah,
could
I
Yeah.
hear it.
I can't register sound when I'm typing. It's part of my ADD. Hannah knows.
You can't register sound ever.
What?
Yeah.
Oh, good joke. I got it.
But
It did it.
You know, a really good joke, though, was whenever Babes was trying to hide in the couch. That's probably my second favorite thing in this movie.
I mean, she crawls up on the couch and just starts throwing the pillows and
Yeah.
cushions on top of her.
with her knees sticking out.
Yeah. And then Benny looks at her and goes, huh?
Like, really?
And then jumps up with that tea kettle and just burns her.
Yeah. Like, okay, changing gears. I love that when it shows the flashback of when Jack gets Benny, right? And his mom is like, he's made special just for you, and then hands him to Jack, and then Benny just fucking rapid fire does not shut the fuck up. Like, he just keeps talking, and in my brain I was like, I immediately would have just thrown that thing on the floor or just set it outside to protect me from the demon in the hallway.
Yeah.
Like, I would have put it somewhere because it talked nonstop.
But awesome. I love that he was like, Benny loves you. Cuddle me. Wow. More. Cuddle more. Wow.
Like, at one point, he did sound like an uwu gamer girl.
Yeah.
But what about whenever his mom, like Jack's mom, hands him Benny, and he's like, will this protect me from the demons in the hallway? And she's like, apart from that.
Everything but that.
And that was in the trailer. That moment was in the trailer, but they didn't do the part where she was a caveat and she's like, of course it protects you from the demon in the hallway. It's in the trailer. It just goes apart from that. And then it just moves on to the next thing it wants to show you in the trailer. And that made me laugh. That was great.
Okay, what about when Jack doesn't want any other birthday party because his parents died on his last birthday? And he's like, yeah, I'm not really big on birthdays anymore. And Benny throws him a surprise birthday.
Yeah.
That was super sweet.
And one of his gifts is one of those double picture frames where it's a picture of Benny with a knife. And then it's Precious after
Precious.
She's dead. But it's after she was killed, like axed, beaten, put in the washing machine, dried out, dragged up the stairs, and thrown onto the car.
Well, and Jack stabbed it multiple times and slammed its head against the wall. That was so good.
And then tried to pass it off as if Precious died peacefully in her sleep.
Well, that's what he said at first, and he was like, get away from her, you bitch. And then just starts stabbing the dog. It's a long pause where Dawn turns around and sees him with a dead dog on the floor. And he's trying to act like the dog attacked her and then throws it out. The best part about this, though, is when the dog hits the windshield of the car that has just parked, it completely explodes and splatters all over it as if they were going 100 miles an hour. That was awesome.
And it was Ron's car.
It was Ron's car.
Ron's Precious.
Ron's Precious. Good boy.
Apparently, Precious had rabies. That was the excuse. He was like, she could have had rabies.
I was protecting you from what? She could have had rabies.
He definitely did say, now you're probably wondering why your dog is dead.
Yeah. Well, there's a knife in his hand.
Yeah. There's so much to this movie.
I love that whenever we do get the second birthday where Jack is turning 36 and Benny throws him the birthday party, they talk about him being 40 again. And he's like, I'm 36.
I'm 36. Well, and here's the thing, too, is that, okay, so at the beginning of the movie, he's like, yeah, I think about moving out from my parents' house, but, then there's, and then they pause and he goes, cake. And then at the end of the movie, he sits down at the table with Benny and there's cake there, and you see him have this kind of like connection with the cake. But then later on, when he's like, I'm going to have to kill Benny, he's sitting there crying, shoving cake in his mouth. He's just sobbing with this cake. It's so good. It's after he buries Benny. He goes back and he's sobbing, shoving the cake in his mouth.
Yeah.
Because he puts him in that little coffin that he made.
I really like that you brought up this whole thing about his, wanting to move out, because immediately after he says that he should move out, his parents die.
And then he's like, and then I have my own place.
I guess I have my own place.
It's very good.
There's a lot about this movie that made me so happy.
Yeah.
Because, this could have definitely turned into a complete flop where, we've watched them before, where a trailer looks good, better watch out, and then the movie is just terrible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's happened a lot.
The last Thanksgiving was that way, too. This was so it lived up to the hype of the trailer. Although this movie took a completely different direction from what you thought was going to happen. Because, well, at least what I thought was going to happen from the trailer was that he was just going to have to fight the stuffed animal the entire time. I thought he was just going to have to fight Benny for his own life.
Right.
And instead it turns into this like coexistence and all of this stuff. Because it's okay. So the time elapsed between when his parents die and he throws Benny away and then Benny comes to life is 10 months. Because they show that they pop up. So it's 10 months later. So this whole movie happens over the span of 2 months.
Yes.
Which I thought it was really funny because you realize that they're showing these kind of montages of him just kind of existing with Benny and not bringing Dawn to his house. And I just kind of realized as it was going, because at first I was like, okay, so this is like a day or two. And then after a while, I was like, oh my God, this has been like a few weeks. I just thought that was really cleverly done.
Yeah, no, it was, because it didn't feel like it. It didn't feel like it was trying to like extend out the length of the movie or the length of time passage within the movie. When
they also don't explain to you that Dawn has her own Benny, which is Amy.
Yeah.
They just when they're talking about their birthdays, oh, I don't have good birthdays, and he's like, and his flashback is like his dead parents, and hers is a doll.
Right.
And then it was the way they did it. Sorry, we're supposed to be like talking about ridiculous moments, but this was they don't treat you like you're stupid. They're like, okay, here's this thing, and that's going to come into play in a minute. That's going to lead into this joke that is great, but we're just going to kind of give you this snippet now. And I just thought that was so much fun.
The one thing that I really like about that, though, is because the whole time you're questioning why Dawn is even there.
Yes.
But you soon realize, it's because she also had childhood trauma.
Yes.
And knows exactly what Jack is going through.
Yeah.
So they kind of connect in this weird way over these things that happened in their childhood.
Yeah, but then like also, how did she survive? Like that's what I want to know is how did she survive her doll when she was a kid? Like that could be like a cool sequel.
Could be.
Because she could be like a kid that survives Amy.
Yeah, Benny Loves You Too.
Dawn of the Doll.
Chasing Amy.
Shut up.
Chasing Amy is already a movie.
I mean, she chased Amy up the stairs with a knife.
She fucking did, and it was awesome. Oh my God. There's so many moments in this movie where you're just going, that was fucking awesome. Like, I mean, like
the backflip over the fire.
Yeah, the backflip over the fire. Fucking when he matrixes, when Blades shoots his like tries to hit him with the blade, and he does the lean back. There's so many like fucking badass moments of this movie that I'm just like, and they all come in like the last like 20 minutes, 20 minutes. There's all of these badass action moments, and it's so good. Sorry, I just keep talking about how good this movie is. Somebody else talk.
I mean, it is very good. One of the things that we haven't touched on is, okay, so Jack is obviously very interested in Dawn.
Yes.
But he keeps slapping her and stuff to try to make Benny think that he doesn't like her so he can save her.
And telling her that she's nothing special.
Yeah, because he definitely, there's this moment where it looks like they're about to kiss. Like right before the end battle, and he just slaps her straight in the face. Like there was a lot of slapping in the second half of the movie that was either between Dawn. It was between Dawn and Jack, or between Benny and Jack. Because Benny slaps him hard at the end, and he goes, "Ow, that really hurt."
But can we talk about when Ashley got slapped by her mom?
Oh my God!
Yeah,
like, drool.
Yes,
Like I thought a tooth came out. Oh my God.
She open hand, like, what is it called? Like
it's an open hand slap. Yeah.
Yeah. Whatever. Just slapped the shit out of her. Like you said, drooling everywhere. And then you were like, I think that was closed fist. And then next frame, there's a handprint.
It's a big fucking red handprint, which is the exact same red handprint that you see throughout the rest of the movie. Whenever there's like bloody handprints, it's the same way, and it's like blood red on her face, but it's like bloody handprints. That's the theme of the movie, is bloody handprints. Finger painting. This movie
the theme of the movie is Prince.
Prince. Oh my God. Okay. Oh, yeah. So that was the thing. So when Richard brings up that he's gonna go see Prince and how much he loves Prince, my brain immediately was like, this movie like just came out. What, 2019? You said
2019.
2019, and I was like, Prince has been dead.
Yeah.
But Prince. So when you said that the movie was made in 2014, Prince didn't die until 2016.
Right.
So that was like, that explains so much to me, because he was like, because
it made a lot of sense after the fact. Yeah, for sure.
Because it was when Richard tells Jack that he's going to see Prince, Jack looks at him. He goes, "Yeah, that's right. Prince is back." And in my brain, I was like, "Are you fucking shitting me right now?
He's a zombie.
He's a zombie Prince. Like, if we don't touch on zombie Prince, but by the end of this movie, I'm gonna be so mad."
Also, I love that Richard got off of the elevator dressed like Dave Chappelle.
Yeah, he really did.
It was perfect.
That was very good.
All right, I think we can kind of cut it there. I mean, we've talked about a lot of ridiculous moments, a lot of really good moments in this movie in general. Hannah, why don't you go ahead and give us your rating? What are you going to rate this movie?
I'm going to give it a skull. Why did I sound like I was questioning that? I'm not questioning that at
Why is that a
all.
question?
I'm 100% giving this a skull. I love this movie. One thing that I want to point out, because I didn't earlier, because it's not ridiculous, but the imagery in this movie, like all of the bubbles that were just floating around half the time, or the feathers, or all of these little like slow-mo shots when stuff was going on, that just gave you this kind of ethereal feel to the scene, was beautiful.
The smoke out of the box at the beginning, in Ashley's room is great, and we get it again whenever we're in Jack's room. So Karl Holt is the guy's name. He was the writer, director. He starred in it. He was Jack. He did all the special effects, the music. He did pretty much everything in this movie, and he is extremely talented. And we should really check out some more stuff of his if he has anything.
Just gonna say that.
I've only, because I looked earlier and there was only one other movie. That's it.
Let's find it.
But he did an incredible job on this one. I would show this to any of my friends. I would absolutely watch it again. I think it's fantastic. This is some of the most fun we've had in a while watching a movie. So
I'd agree with that.
I mean,
well, the three of us, because I wasn't here for Bad Ben.
Yeah,
we you know what? Get
fucking
spooked.
Blast last time.
Yes, we did.
High fives.
Fuck you guys. I love that movie so much. I just want to say I'm gonna give a skull to Bad Ben.
We already gave it a skull.
No, but I need to officially do it myself.
Okay. Well, Nathan, what are you giving this movie?
So I just want to, before I even get into it, I want to point out that everything that we've been saying has been things that we loved about this movie. It hasn't really been like ridiculous moments. It was things that we loved, things that were intentionally hilarious, and I just, the writing on this, the cinematography, everything was so well done. I had so much fun watching this, and like Hannah said, I would watch this again. I would watch this with other people. Like, this might be on that list of movies that I will watch over and over again with Bad Ben. I'm absolutely giving this a skull.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not going to draw mine out. You guys know how I love drawing it out, but this one's getting a skull for me, most definitely. So that's total 3 skulls.
3 skulls?
Hell yeah.
Doesn't happen very often, but we get it sometimes. And this is one of those hidden gems that you don't hear people talking about, because I had never heard about this movie before.
No.
I'm sure that there are some people like in the deep, dark areas of Amazon Prime.
Deep Dark?
Deep Dark.
We're going to talk about Deep Dark
Let's
again?
talk about Deep Dark.
That guy fucked a wall.
He most definitely did fuck a wall.
That dude fucked a wall.
Anyway, so go watch this movie because it is hilarious. A lot of really good moments.
So thanks for listening, everybody. If you want to get in touch with us, if you want to join in the conversation, talk about this movie, how great it is, how much fun it is, you can reach us at Spoop Squad on Twitter and on TikTok. most social media except for Facebook, which is the Squad Podcast, because they wouldn't let us have poop in the middle. And you can reach us at our email at spoopsquad@gmail.com. And I just want to leave you guys with this. Cuddle me.
No.